Hello, everyone. My name is Lydia Cady, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager with APDA. This is going to be a fun one, and I hope you have your pencil or pen and paper ready. I am excited to welcome you to this interactive session entitled Expression Through Journaling, led by special guest Mindy Mangot. Mindy is the facilitator of creative writing for Parkinson's disease at the Friedberg JCC in Oceanside, New York. She also leads an early stage dementia group there and facilitates creative writing classes at local libraries and the United Federation of Teachers Retiree program. Mindy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Lydia. Thanks for the introduction, and hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to Expression in Journaling. So I know that a lot of you probably are already journaling or have been journaling at some point in your life, but maybe I can be a little bit of, I hope I can be encouraging to have you keep journaling. And for those of you who never did any journaling, I might have a few tips for you and show you how to do it. It's not very hard. Okay, so let's, well, I'm waiting for my slides to load. Here we are. Okay, so get comfortable. If you have a lovely cup of cappuccino, please feel free to drink it. Otherwise, just be comfortable and cozy. And hopefully you do have something to write on. If you don't, just listen, enjoy, and you can, you can always, every part of the conference is going to be on YouTube for 90 days. So you'll be able to access it and see anything that you wanted to jot down. So, all right, so journaling. What is journaling? It's a very private experience. It's feeling that you're really safe to say whatever you want to say, and whenever you want to say it, and without any judgment, without any, no one's listening except you. You don't share it unless you want to. And I'd say keep your journal somewhere, where only you can access it. You'll want to put your feelings and your thoughts in it. And it's most often written in the first person, that I did this, I feel this, I love this, or I hate this. You just be yourself and be honest, and no worries. You're not writing a term paper. You're just writing down your thoughts and your feelings. Okay. So there are actually scientifically proven benefits. Different universities and medical and psychological groups have done studies, and they have found that journaling reduces stress and anxiety and depression and even hostility. Participants have reported they feel more resilient, they have a more positive mindset and a better outlook on life and better mental health. And I think that's because you feel you have a sense of control over things, at least over your own thoughts, and you can be somewhat empowered. So, let's see. All right, so a quick word about the journal itself. There are just dozens and dozens and dozens. If you go on Amazon, I bet there are probably close to 100 different varieties of journals. Some have different prompts, some have inspirational quotes. There's the artist's way, that's from way back in the 1990s. Julia Cameron began a program where she wanted you to write every morning at the same time, and I believe it was 7 pages, and encouraged creativity. And for many people, it really did work for them. Michelle Obama wrote a memoir called Becoming, and now there's actually a journal that accompanies her memoir. I came across an interesting one that was entitled Let That, S-H-I-T, Go. In other words, just let it all out and get rid of it, okay? There are designer journals. I saw a Kate Spade journal for $27. I would not buy that journal. I actually use a $3 spiral notebook from the dollar store or from Staples, because the more fancy and famous the notebook is, I think you become intimidated to actually to write in it. So forget about those fancy schmancy ones, okay? Okay, so the rules. What are the rules of journaling? Well, the first rule is there are no rules, okay? I do have a few suggestions, but truly there are no written in stone rules. Always try to include something positive. Try. Many journal experts recommend that you include something that you're grateful for. I've even seen certain experts saying you have to include 3 things that you're grateful for. I say just, there are days when you're really not feeling very grateful for anything. So try. No one's judging you, so it doesn't matter. No one will know if you wrote something positive or negative. You're the only one, okay? Just get it down, though. If you only have a minute or two, just jot down what you want to write about, and then you can go back to it later. And, otherwise you're going to forget. It's really hard to remember a brilliant thought. They tend to vaporize. Okay. So what would you put into your journal? Well, you can put venting and complaining. It's a Yiddish word, kvetching. Your frustrations, your disappointments. You might want to pray. If something really significant is going on and you want to empower the good energy toward it, you can add prayers. You can certainly write about feeling grateful. You can write about good news. You can write about accomplishments. And you can write about kindnesses that you did, or that kindness that was done to you. They're both very important in our lives, aren't they? So you can write about big deals. All right, what are big deals? Big deals are like, peace treaties are signed, more hostages are returned. God willing, there's a cure for Parkinson's and other horrible diseases. Less big deals. I call them little big deals. So what's a little big deal? I took less pain meds today. Or, I made that dental appointment that's been nagging at me. I finally made the appointment. Or I remembered someone's birthday and I called them and I made them happy. Okay, I'm going to just skip this and move on to the next one, which is, I'm often asked, and I often wonder, how can I feel grateful when I'm just feeling so miserable? So as Lydia said, I work with a creative writing for Parkinson's group at the Friedberg JCC in Oceanside, New York. And I asked the group members, I asked them this question. And here were some of their answers. One person said, just turn on the news and your life will suddenly look a whole lot better. There's a lot of sad and terrible stuff on the news, so I guess we could say things could always be worse. Someone else said, think about what you do have and who you are and what you can still do and what you have done. And just think, I'm alive. Tomorrow's another day. Hopefully it'll be a better day. Here's some things that people told me that made them feel grateful. One person said, my grandson called today. Another said, my neighbor shoveled my walk. Someone else said, I wrote in my journal every day this week. Another said, I watched a Rodgers and Hammerstein tribute on PBS and sang along, and I still remembered the words. And another said, it stopped raining and the sun came out. Okay, what else would you want to put in your journal? How about photos? Special photos. They could be really old photos. How about a photo of yourself when you were little? And talk to that little person. Talk to your younger self, or let your younger self talk to you. Or old photos of your family, your parents' wedding picture, whatever, anything that makes you feel good, put it in your journal. Drawings, you could do sketches, or you might have a drawing someone gave you. Maybe your grandchild gave you a birthday card. That's a treasure worth putting in your journal. Special poems that speak to you. Titles of poems or titles of stories or books or movies that moved you or that other people said, you really have to read this or see this. So jot it down in your journal. Anything else you want to put in your journal, put in your journal. I had a friend who collected feathers. Her son died very young, and whenever she would see a bird feather in the street, she would pick it up, and she thought that was a special message from her son, and it made her very happy. And she has a journal full of feathers, among other things, of course. So anything you want, it's your journal, and you can put in it anything and everything that makes you feel good. And then let these things in your journal serve as an inspiration and a prompt for writing. Here are a couple of quotations that I found inspiring, but find your own. There are an awful lot of books of quotations, and sometimes we hear things in passing on a bus in the supermarket, and people say some very wise things. One is from Brené Brown. I think many of you know her. She's an inspirational writer. She's a research professor at the University of Houston, and I think she's written over a dozen books, and most of them are bestsellers. And I love this quotation. Talk to yourself the way you'd talk to someone you'd love. Albert Einstein said, there are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. And Gary Goldstein, who's he? Well, he's a movie producer, and he produced the movie Pretty Woman, okay? And he said, all you can change is yourself, but sometimes that changes everything. And then, what's going on? Sorry. Henri Matisse, the French artist, said, "There are always flowers for those of you who want to see them. Buy yourself flowers, you deserve them, and surround yourself with beautiful things." Okay, I just wanted to show you, this is Matisse's a beautiful collection of his different paintings of flowers. He definitely saw flowers. Some people ask, how does expressive writing differ from creative writing? Because I do, as I said, I do teach creative writing to several different groups. Expressive writing is your journal writing, and it's also, writers use journals to just throw in ideas and thoughts and experiment and play around, and then very often those become seeds of something bigger and more finished and more polished, and that is the creative writing, is the finished product. If you want to take something from your journal and actually turn it into a more finished piece of writing, you can do that. And once you feel comfortable jotting things down in your journal, you may see, and I'm going to show you how some of that writing becomes, really special writing. So it's the important jotting down, just getting it down, and then it can blossom. It can become something really special, and it can also just serve as a place where you can have your most intimate and private thoughts. Happy, sad, angry, not. Okay. We're going to do this, but I think we're going to wait till the end so that we have enough time at the end. I actually, because this is not an interactive segment, so I will not be able to hear what you wrote, and I would like you to keep what you wrote private, because I promised you that no one will read your writing. So we will do this at the end, but these are some prompts that I gave to my creative writing for Parkinson's group, and they shared them. They love sharing their work, by the way. They've been together for so long. They're very comfortable with each other. In the beginning, they were very reticent to talk about Parkinson's, but now they want to share their thoughts with the world, and they're happy to share them with you. So these were a few of the prompts that I offered them. I am, or I am not, or it could be a combination of both, or I'm still. The best or the worst thing that happened today. It could be a big deal or a little big deal that happened today. Or that wonderful quote from Brene Brown, talk to yourself the way you'd talk to someone you love. Okay, and they only wrote for 4 or 5 minutes, but I'm going to show you what they came up with. I think for the sake of time, okay, here we are. All right, so Lee is in our group, and Lee has become such a fine poet that, as she says, she can't stop rhyming, and even in her journal, she rhymes. So this is what she wrote in her journal, and she took the prompt, I'm still Lee. I am still a fast talker, even though now I depend on a walker. I am still able to have loads of fun, but I am no longer able to jump, skip, or run. I am still able to be careful, not to trip. If I fall, I am not able to prevent breaking a hip. I am still able to kiss and to hug. I am not able to move faster than a slug. I am still able to be a very good friend. I am no longer able to get my body to bend. I am still able to love, 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 and to wish on a happy occasion, mazel tov. I am still able to tell my grandchildren, numbering 4, that it is them that I adore. And that was Lee Weisberg, and we thank you, Lee. And this is just a statement of gratitude by one of our group members, Lenny. He says, I'm thankful for the Friedberg JCC. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in November 2014, but I was able to function till December 2015. I joined the JCC so I could do daily exercises as much as I desired. Everything changed on May 2016, the last day when I could walk unassisted. I was able to get to the gym, but when I had to use the bathroom, I needed a JCC employee to take me. In 2018, the JCC began having an in-person support group, which since COVID has transitioned into a Zoom. I've been to nearly every session, and I am thankful that the JCC has made this available. It's besides being a note of gratitude, it's also a note of accomplishment, and way to go. More power to you, Lenny. This is by Joanne Moore. She got very creative. She wrote a haiku. Gray hair, aches, wrinkles, stiffness, tremors, slowing down. Inside, I'm still me. All right, I'm going to share with you a beautiful blessing for all of us. This is a poem by Ashley Romberg. Trying to get the slide to move. Here we are. She is the poetry and creative writing editor at a beautiful online Parkinson's-related journal called thequiver.org. May you remember that you are more than your skin, bones, and blood, even more than your jeweled heart. You are more than all of these put together in this miraculous, fallible human form. You are the light reflected in the dew of your earliest stumbling mornings. You are the owl song of your darkest nights. When you feel small, may you remember to claim a space that meets the ocean, the mountains, the sky. When you feel lost, may your breath be a map of your own making to show you the way home. May the music of your life be forever tuned to the earth's steady song. And when none of this holds, when all that remains is despair, let us, the stiff and trembling ones, hold you in our shared vulnerability. And remember together, it is the alchemy of love that turns this lead into precious gold. So I thank you for joining me. I'm going to thank you in advance because I want to give you 5 minutes now to journal. I'll stay with you, but I'm sorry the last slide got cut off that offered the options. So let me quickly just jot these down. You could do I am or I am not. You could do I am still. There we are. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. All right, there are your choices. I am, or I am not, or I am still, or the best or the worst thing that happened today, a big deal, a little big deal, or something that you accomplished today, and that would be the best thing that happened, perhaps. Or talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone that you love. So begin. And we'll write for, we only have like a few minutes, but yeah, 4 or 5 minutes. So write, and I will be very happy to answer any questions, or if you want to send me any thoughts or anything you'd like to, I'd love to hear from you. My email is under my bio in the section of the Parkinson's Conference speakers information. So my email is there, and I would be delighted to hear from you. And I thank you again for coming to this session, and I wish you good health and good luck. And there's my email. So keep writing, and you have just a few minutes, but get something done, and then you could, when you have time later, go back to it and write more. Enjoy it. And it, most important, it doesn't always have to be about Parkinson's, because that does not define us. It's just part of us, right? So whatever you want to write about and enjoy it. And again, thank you.
Wow, what an inspiring session. Thank you so much, Mindy, for being here with us today and encouraging us all to look inward to express ourselves. And thanks to all of you who joined from home. We hope you all had fun. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go far. We'll be back in 10 minutes to begin our next set of breakout sessions. We have a lot of great options available, so take a look at the agenda now and decide which session you want to join next. See you all soon. Thank you.